Political parties have less than 3 hours to comply with an IEBC deadline to submit their lists of candidates in various seats that must be compliant with the two-thirds gender principle. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, sent out a letter yesterday requiring the parties to ensure that at least one-third of their lists are names of either men or women. This requirement has thrown political parties back to the drawing board as they sought options of how to make their male-dominated lists compliant. Sam Gituku has more.
Political parties are required to submit the list of their successful aspirants for various parliamentary seats and county assembly seats by the end of 20th of April to pave way for IEBC to begin processing the names for clearance to becoming candidates for the August general election. On Wednesday, however, the IEBC threw a spanner to the works, requiring political parties to, beyond issuance of nomination certificates to aspirants, ensure that their lists are sensitive to the two-third gender rule. It is a constitutional requirement that elective seats must be gender compliant. Historically, elective seats are male-dominated, including in the current parliament. As such, IEBC has instructed that should a political party field MP candidates in all the 290 constituencies, a third of those, meaning 97, must be either women or men, and that out of the 290 candidates, men or women must not exceed 193. This number of candidates does not include woman representative aspirants, as those seats are exclusively for the female gender. At the Senate, a party that chooses to field candidates in all the 47 counties must ensure that not more than 16 are either men or women, and that either gender must not exceed 31. Wiper Party, for instance, is fielding candidates in 73 constituencies. Based on IEBC instructions, at least 24 candidates should be women or men, and neither gender should exceed 49 candidates. But as they presented nomination certificates to successful aspirants, it was clear that majority on the list are men. Wiper Party National Elections Board Chair revealing that the requirement is a difficult one to achieve.
Well, it's very difficult in the sense that what we have done as a party, we have made the ground clear for women, encourage them to come up and vie for the various seats. Like in the case of our nomination fees, we made the fees less for women to encourage more women to come forward to vie for the seats. And we have been really going out, and I think we had several seminars, and we have reached out to women leaders to vie. But at the end of the day, it's a personal decision, and we will only be able to take forward the names of the people who have come forward.
Parties now left to grapple with the rules at a time some of them held party nominations where women candidates were eliminated, or in instances where fewer women volunteered to seek the positions. IEBC says that should a party present a list that is not compliant, it will be rejected and the party given 48 hours to revise it and resubmit. IEBC warns that a party that revises such a list and still fails to comply with the rule, the list will be rejected in its totality, and all candidates on the list cannot stand for election on the 9th of August. Many political parties were holed up in meetings seeking solutions. Too late for them to alter existing list of nominees, but with a window to pick female candidates in areas they were not planning to field candidates, which may prove futile at the ballot. In September 2020, former Chief Justice David Maraga had advised the President to dissolve Parliament for failing to comply with the two-third gender rule. IEBC seeks to avoid such a scenario by heeding to the rule ahead of the game. Sam Gituku, TV, Nairobi.